According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Article 680.26, B1, all circuits supplying pool equipment, including motors, lights, and transformers, must be installed in specific types of raceways. These raceways include rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, liquid-type flexible non-metallic conduit, or other approved raceways. The reason for this requirement is to provide enhanced protection to the wiring from the potentially harsh environmental conditions present in pool areas. These conditions include exposure to water, chemicals, and physical damage, all of which can compromise the integrity of the wiring and create significant safety hazards. By encasing the wiring within a conduit system, the likelihood of damage is substantially reduced, thereby minimizing the risk of electrical shock, short circuits, and other dangerous conditions. Let's delve deeper into the specifics of Article 680.26, B1, and understand why this requirement is so critical for ensuring electrical safety around swimming pools. Firstly, the reference to rigid metal conduit implies the use of either galvanized rigid conduit or aluminum rigid conduit. Galvanized rigid conduit is steel conduit that has been coated with a protective layer of zinc to prevent corrosion. Aluminum rigid conduit, on the other hand, is made entirely of aluminum and is naturally corrosion resistant. Both types of rigid metal conduit offer excellent physical protection to the wiring contained within, making them suitable for direct burial or exposure to harsh environments. Secondly, intermediate metal conduit, or IMC, is a thinner-walled version of rigid metal conduit. While it offers similar protection to rigid metal conduit, it is typically lighter and easier to work with. IMC is also galvanized to resist corrosion and is suitable for both indoor and outdoor applications. Thirdly, liquid-type flexible non-metallic conduit, often referred to as liquid-tight or flexible non-metallic conduit, is a type of flexible conduit that is designed to be watertight. It is typically made of a flexible plastic material and is often used in applications where flexibility is required, such as connecting to motors or other equipment that may vibrate or move. This type of conduit provides a barrier against moisture and other contaminants, making it suitable for use in wet or damp locations. The term other approved raceways allows for the use of other types of conduit or raceway systems that are specifically approved for use in pool areas by the local electrical inspector or authority having jurisdiction. These raceways must meet specific requirements for strength, durability, and resistance to corrosion and other environmental factors. The inclusion of motors, lights, and transformers in Article 680.26, B1 highlights the comprehensive nature of the requirement. Any electrical circuit that supplies power to any of these types of pool equipment must be installed in conduit. This includes circuits that supply power to pool pumps, pool lights, underwater speakers, and transformers that are used to step down voltage for pool lights or other equipment. The reasoning behind this comprehensive approach is to ensure that all electrical circuits in the pool area are equally protected from the hazards of the environment. This minimizes the risk of electrical shock or other electrical hazards regardless of the type of equipment being powered. The presence of water and chemicals in the pool environment poses a significant threat to electrical wiring. Water can cause corrosion of metal conductors, leading to increased resistance and potential overheating. Chemicals, such as chlorine and bromine, can also corrode metal conductors and damage insulation, leading to short circuits and ground faults. By encasing the wiring in a conduit system, the wiring is protected from direct contact with water and chemicals, reducing the risk of corrosion and damage. In addition to water and chemicals, pool areas are also subject to physical damage from things like lawn equipment, pool cleaning equipment, and even people walking or playing around the pool. Conduit provides a physical barrier that protects the wiring from being crushed, cut, or otherwise damaged. This is particularly important for underground wiring, which is more susceptible to damage from digging or other activities. The requirement for conduit in pool areas is not just a matter of code compliance, it is a critical safety measure that can help prevent electrical shock, fire, and other hazards. By following the requirements of Article 680.26, 1. Electricians and homeowners can ensure that the electrical system in and around the pool is safe and reliable. It's important to remember that the National Electrical Code is a set of minimum standards, and local codes or regulations may have additional requirements. Always check with the local electrical inspector or authority having jurisdiction to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. When installing electrical wiring in pool areas, it's also important to use proper grounding techniques. Grounding helps to provide a safe path for electricity to flow in the event of a fault, reducing the risk of electrical shock. All metal parts of the pool electrical system, including the conduit, junction boxes, and equipment enclosures, must be properly grounded. In addition to grounding, it's also important to use ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, to protect circuits that serve pool equipment. GFCIs are designed to detect small imbalances in the electrical current and quickly shut off the power, preventing electrical shock. GFCIs should be installed in all circuits that supply power to pool pumps, pool lights, and other equipment that is located near the pool. In summary, the requirement for conduits in pool areas is a critical safety measure that is designed to protect people and property from the hazards of electricity. By following the requirements of Article 680.26, B1 and using proper grounding techniques in GFCIs, you can ensure that the electrical system in and around the pool is safe and reliable. Article 680 of the National Electrical Code covers electrical safety requirements for swimming pools, hot tubs, spas, and other similar installations. Within Article 680, there are several sections that address specific aspects of electrical safety, including bonding, grounding, wiring methods, and equipment location. Section 680.26 specifically deals with bonding requirements for swimming pools. Bonding is the process of connecting all metal parts of the pool structure and electrical equipment together to create a common electrical potential. This helps to prevent voltage differences from developing between different metal parts, which can cause electrical shock hazards. Section 680.26 B1, which mandates the use of conduit for certain pool equipment circuits, is closely related to the bonding requirements in Section 680.26. By encasing the wiring in a conduit system, the conduit itself becomes part of the bonding network, helping to ensure that all metal parts of the electrical system are properly bonded together. In addition to the requirements in Article 680, other articles of the National Electrical Code may also apply to pool installations. For example, Article 300 covers general requirements for wiring methods, and Article 430 covers requirements for motors and motor circuits. It is important to consult all applicable articles of the National Electrical Code when designing and installing electrical systems for swimming pools and other similar installations. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years, so it's important to use the most current edition of the code when working on electrical installations. The National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, publishes the National Electrical Code. The NFPA website provides access to the most current edition of the National Electrical Code, as well as other resources related to electrical safety. In addition to the National Electrical Code, many states and local jurisdictions have their own electrical codes and regulations. These codes may be more stringent than the National Electrical Code, so it's important to check with the local electrical inspector or authority having jurisdiction to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. When working on electrical installations, it's important to use qualified and licensed electricians. Licensed electricians have the training and experience necessary to safely install and maintain electrical systems in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Hiring a licensed electrician can help to ensure that the electrical system in and around the pool is safe and reliable. Here are some additional points to consider regarding electrical safety in pool areas. 1. Keep electrical equipment away from the pool. Electrical equipment, such as extension cords, radios, and televisions, should be kept at least 10 feet away from the edge of the pool. 2. Never use electrical appliances near the pool. Electrical appliances, such as hair dryers, curling irons, and shavers, should never be used near the pool. 3. Do not swim during lightning storms. Swimming during lightning storms is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. 4. Have a qualified electrician inspect the pool electrical system regularly. A qualified electrician should inspect the pool electrical system regularly to ensure that it is safe and in good working order. 5. Educate yourself and others about electrical safety. Educating yourself and others about electrical safety can help to prevent accidents and injuries. In addition to the above information, it's also important to be aware of the specific requirements for wiring pool heaters. Pool heaters, whether they are gas-fired or electric, require special wiring considerations due to the potential for exposure to water and chemicals. For gas-fired pool heaters, it's important to ensure that the gas piping is properly bonded to the electrical system. This helps to prevent the buildup of static electricity, which can create a spark and ignite the gas. For electric pool heaters, it's important to use a dedicated circuit with a ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI protection. This helps to protect against electrical shock in the event of a fault. When installing wiring for pool heaters, it's also important to follow the manufacturer's instructions. The manufacturer's instructions will provide specific guidance on the type of wiring to use, the size of the circuit breaker, and other important installation details. Ignoring the manufacturer's instructions can void the warranty and create a safety hazard. It's also important to be aware of the specific requirements for underwater lighting in pools. Underwater lighting can create a beautiful ambience, but it also presents a potential electrical hazard. For underwater lighting, it's important to use low-voltage lighting fixtures that are specifically designed for use in pools. Low-voltage lighting fixtures operate at a lower voltage than standard lighting fixtures, which reduces the risk of electrical shock. It's also important to use a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, to protect the circuit that supplies power to the underwater lighting. In addition to the above requirements, it's also important to be aware of the specific requirements for the location of electrical equipment around pools. Electrical equipment such as junction boxes, switches, and receptacles must be located at least 5 feet away from the edge of the pool unless they are specifically designed for use in wet locations. Electrical equipment that is located closer than 5 feet to the edge of the pool must be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI. It's also important to be aware of the specific requirements for the height of electrical equipment above the pool. Electrical equipment must be located at least 12 inches above the maximum water level of the pool. The electrical equipment that is located lower than 12 inches above the maximum water level of the pool must be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI. By following these requirements, you can help to ensure that the electrical system in and around the pool is safe and reliable. It is important to consult the National Electrical Code and local codes to ensure that you are up to date with current requirements. Remember that using the correct conduit is vital for your safety and those around you.